for a company who thinks like Delphi, a little bit like Honda, a little bit like Toyota, they like the suppliers close. And so they can, if there's a quality problem or something comes up, they can jump right on it and fix it before it's a big headache.
Yeah.
And by working together with those suppliers, even where they're close, they can find ways to reduce the cost even in the United States and compete with China. In fact, there's some suppliers that work with Honda, new tooling suppliers, 4 of them, and they've helped them take out the cost, and now they ship stuff from America to China.
Oh. Including the logistic cost, it's still more competitive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and a lot of people will think, mistakenly, that all these American companies do is come over here and buy stuff cheap and send back home. But the balance of trade that Delphi has with China is unbelievably. Much more stuff comes from the United States and Europe to China than it does from China back to the United States, because when you're building these new products and you have a ramp like this, and you have those parts in production someplace in the United States or Europe, you start sending them when production starts in China. And so we still import more to China, maybe by 2, maybe 3 times than we ship the other way. So it's
of course not the same product.
No, not the same products.
Yeah. So some products will be more competitive if sourcing here, produced here.
Yes, absolutely.
But from the OEM and the Delphi is a tier 1 supplier, major tier 1 suppliers.
Yeah.
So they build the factory here.
Yes, many.
Yeah, many. And some joint ventures maybe.
Yes.
At the first phase when they enter China market. So they start the global sourcing very earlier.
Yeah.
And very actively. So comparing with Hyundai, it's OEMs. So who will be more actively? Go back to the...
Yeah, I'm not so sure, but I think probably the large tier 1s may be. I'm not so sure. I haven't thought so much about that question, and so I haven't any research, and I don't know. But my gut feel would probably be the large tier 1s like Bosch, or Siemens, or Delphi.
Yeah, I think so too. Another case I experienced is that I know a supplier belongs to the Dongchang Group in Shanghai, and they try to become the supplier of Toyota. They contacts with Toyota for 6 years, but didn't end it. While Toyota still sends their engineering to the factories and to do the communications, the online improvement, SQI, those kind of things. So it means for the Japanese OEMs or tier 1 supply base, if they want to end it, the suppliers definitely take more efforts. Is that right?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but you're saying that you have a supplier that supplies to a Toyota.
They want to become
a supplier to Toyota.
Takes 6 years.
Okay, it does take some longer time. But if you want to become a supplier to Toyota or to Honda, they have a rule book, and they'll say, here is the way you become a supplier to Toyota or Honda. For example, let's say you supply some part on a Honda Accord. Okay? And you want to supply that part for Honda Accord. Okay? The rule is, if you're the expert at that part and you're going to be better than anybody else, then you make a prototype or 2 or 3, you put on the car.
Testing.
And you test it. And you keep all the records, just like Honda or Toyota would keep all the records. And then you do your research and you show why you're going to be much more competitive than the current guy. And you drive the car in and say, here's the keys, here's the records, here's the business case, give me the order.
Show them you are much competitive.
Yes.
So
convince them. Yes.
Okay.
And I know because I used to teach the Americans how to do business with Honda, and I worked very closely with the guy from Toyota and the guy from Nissan. We all taught sometimes together in one setting, and they were all the same. But there are ways to do that. Now, if they went to sell to Toyota for 6 years and somehow or another never did, then they weren't doing something right.
Yeah.
They were not being attractive.
Supply is happy, actually, because it helps a lot. They get to know a lot of things, and they make much achievements that they done by themselves. Even they didn't get the order from Toyota, they get from the other OEMs,
I see.
Yeah, from European, from North America. Okay. So it helps a lot.
Helps a lot, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. We noticed that the tier 1 suppliers, they did a great job. But this latest 5 years, it changed a lot. We noticed that the Japanese, the European suppliers, make much better performance than the American does. So what's your opinion on this phenomenon?
The great companies like a Bosch or like a Siemens, European companies that have deep engineering know-how and experience and have a very solid foundation for their business. They just keep getting better, and they are they're very, very formidable competitors to a lot of American companies, and that's what makes the world go around. That's a good thing. Competition's a good thing. And
until you win.
Yeah, until you win. And then there's only one way to go, down.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and that's a concern for Toyota. Big concern for Toyota, because there's like a law of physics or something that says even if you're a country or if you're a sports team, no matter what, a business, and you're the king of the hill, then there's something that happens where you get full of yourself. You think that, like General Motors today, you think that everything you do is right and everything everybody else does is wrong, and so then you.
On the top is a turning point.
Yeah.
Maybe you go up, maybe you go down. Academically, we call it the S curve. Some successful companies, they will go up. But Toyota, definitely, they keep winning all the time.
They do. But 100% for sure. Won't forever. Show me one company that has ever done that forever. And what happens is competition.
Walmart.
It's a great leveler of sorts. And so, if you are the best, then there's a whole bunch of people that wants
to exceed you.
To exceed you, yeah. And sometimes if you get thinking that you're too much the best, then they do go by you.